Hey everyone, welcome back to Channel Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I want to talk about a champion that is widely considered to be totally garbage, but she's actually useful in one spot. And actually, in the one spot that she is useful in, she is actually incredibly easy to build and gear. Maybe not like, fresh 2-week account levels of gearing or building ability, but she excels at this one area. And I think this is the one area, if you pull her relatively early, can definitely save you a lot of resources and definitely help you out in your progression. So stay tuned. So guys, this is the champion I'm so hyped about to talk about today. Queen Eva, Miss Queen Eva, the queen of the high elves turned evil into dark elf Queen Eva. So she's widely considered to be very bad, probably like bottom 10% of all legendaries. She doesn't really have a place in any part of this game, really. Let's go over her kit real quick here. So she's a tax-based champion, 101 base speed, 1696 base attack, incredibly high base attack. Her 81 attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing a heal reduction debuff. This helps you in the spirit keep, so if you pull her early, you can definitely use her there just to help you out. I mean, it's a 50% chance, books up to 80% chance, which is super weird because she's legendary, but she has damage books, so 35% in that. A2 attacks one enemy twice. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. So she has a block revive on an A2. It's a 3-turn cooldown with 25% in books. So she's a damage dealer, although her multipliers are not very high. A3 attacks all enemies, decrease the turn meter by 20%, resets the cooldowns on each of this champion's skills if any target is killed. Has an extra 50% chance of inflicting a crit. So extra 15% chance of inflicting a crit means you can build her with less crit if you use this ability. However, the rest of her abilities require 100% chance to crit. Okay, and of course damage books, and then cooldown down to 4. So she speeds up if she kills something, and then it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and she has a increased crit rate in all battles. So basically, you can use this, kill something, and then reset the skill, kill something. So you guys see where I'm going with this. So the build I want to talk about, and the area that I want to talk about for this champion, where she actually excels, is actually for campaign. I know most people don't really care about campaign anymore, especially if you're in the late game, but for an early game or mid game player, building your first campaign farmer actually, is a pretty daunting task. But if you're done, when you're done your first campaign farmer, you can watch your progress basically skyrocket. That's why people always suggest to you to build your 60 first, your first 60, because all your other champions will be basically born from your first 60. Your first 60 will farm all the food for your future 60s. So having a dedicated 60 making machine like Queen Eva, for example, definitely boost your progression, especially for speed of runtime and all that stuff. So there's obviously clear benefits here. So this is the build I have her. I'm going to run her in brutal campaign, level 12, stage 3, and this is for farming food. So she's a dedicated campaign farmer. She excels at this area. I'll tell you guys why. Because when you guys pull this champion, if you guys pull this champion early, you don't need to book this champion. She can be your campaign farmer unbooked, and look at her gear. She's not even crit capped. She has no speed. She doesn't even have attack. She has crit damage and a cruel set. The gear's not even leveled up. I don't have a banner on her. She's level 50, guys. This is the champion that can clear campaign with the least amount of resources invested into her. Okay, guys? So that's why she is the best at this role, because if you pull her early, she can be your dedicated campaign fighter. You don't need to build a Fellhound. You don't need to build another champion that you will not use anywhere else. Elva, you level her to 50. That's it. You don't need to book her. You don't even need to give her masteries, guys. You don't even need to give her masteries. All right? So keep this in mind. If you pull her early or in mid-game, you can definitely use her as a dedicated campaign farmer. And she does it not the fastest, but she does it in 7 or 8 seconds on average. Felhound can do it in 5 or 6 seconds. She can do it in 6 to 8 seconds, depending, right? But it's basically just her animation is a little bit slower, but she's insane. The amount of resources you can save just by using her in her base form like this. No books, no masteries, no crit cap gear, no speed. So with the aura, she gets 19% crit, and then with this ability she gets 15% crit. So you basically have 34% extra crit. So you're looking at 66% crit rate, and then the rest goes into crit damage. Her attack's not even super high here. So yeah, let's jump into some campaign. I mean, I'll show you guys how it works, but it's, yeah. All right, guys. So stage 12-3, Brutal, 3 food, Elva and Elite. Let's go. See how it goes here. So clears wave 1, resets, clears wave 2, resets, and clears wave 3. You got 6-second farm here. A level 50, no books, no masteries, no crit cap gear, no speed. I mean, what else can you want? Why are you guys like, what else do you want? What else do you want? What else do you guys want? Right? For a campaign farmer, she's the god. She's a god for campaign farming. Like I said, Felhound can do it in 5 seconds, okay? But you know, she's perfectly fine. She's perfectly fine as is. You know, she gets made fun of a lot. In terms of speed, one quick comment here is you want to be faster than the fastest champion in the campaign level that you're playing against. So quick note here is if you're doing 12-6, for example, I believe the Diabolist here, I believe she's 110 speed. Yeah, 110 speed, so you want to be faster than that. So keep that in mind. She needs to be faster than 110. I think 12-6 she will struggle because of the magic affinity. So you want to do 12-3. But like I said, you know, 12-3 is slightly better, more efficient level in terms of overall. You get more silver, which, you know, obviously racks up quite a bit in the long run. XP boost is kind of negligible. But you know, depending on some campaign farmers, 12-6 is actually easier. So it really depends, but for her, it's going to be 12-3. I don't know if it's going to be a deal breaker for anybody, but there you go. 6 seconds, not a fluke. Yeah, so she gets a lot of flack, right? She gets a lot of flack. She definitely could use a buff. I'm not sure exactly how to buff her since she's a damage dealer. Maybe give her higher multipliers or something, but I'm not too sure. I mean, you can't really ask for much more with no books, no blessings, like, you know, no masteries. These masteries are just basically helping me out for like the 5 crit rate, basically, an extra crit damage, 10 crit damage. These are not the base minimum stats. I believe 250 crit damage, you can probably still do it. Maybe even less, to be honest. I do have a crew set on, not required. Maybe you need a little bit more crit damage. I basically just put leftover gear on her just to hit a little bit more crit damage. Her attack wasn't like anything insane, like I said, 4,000 here. So yeah, hopefully this helps somebody, like, you know, see some value in this champion. I know most people, when they show this champion, they're like, oh, you know, feel bad, this champion's awful or whatever. But honestly, it depends. If you're in the earlier mid game, this champion could be a godsend. It saves you from 60ing a champion that you don't want to, or gearing a champion that you don't want to in a certain way. Or, you know, booking, getting masteries, all that stuff. Lots of investment of resources. You know, I use this champion as, you know, obviously on my free to play when I first got her, and she was huge, and I still kind of use her, but obviously I don't anymore. I just use other champions now for my campaign farmer. Actually, I don't really campaign farm much anymore, but I do have to do 500 every month. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Queen Eva, and whether you guys actually bother using her at all. Will you guys actually change your campaign farmers because of this video? That'll be interesting to know. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.